Obviously, a big week coming up now against your former club. What's the atmosphere like among the boys?
Good. Energy levels are high. Obviously disappointed about the last game and the result, but also being humble enough to understand what we need to do and what are the things that we need to improve into this week. And the good thing is that we have a full week. We have a full week of work where we can start introducing ideas, and then we can test them during the week and hopefully put together a strong game plan with the necessary ideas and players on the field that can give us a much needed result at home on Saturday.
You've got to feel confident you know where their holes are.
Yes, but I've also been thinking a lot. If there's a moment for them to throw a surprise and change something, is now. So we have to make sure that we're ready for some probably a different version or a tweak, and we must be able to transform and adapt very quickly in the game. So this is what this week's been, right? It's introducing ideas and different aspects. This is the first time that we're going to play a team that has a line of 3 or a line of 5 in the back, and that's important. That's why it's teaching again. It's introducing ideas. And listen, if Oakland decides to do something different, we already played a few games already, and the boys know what they need to do.
You speak about playing against a 3 at the back or a 5 at the back. Are you a coach that likes to have varying tactics versus kind of a different back line or different formation, or do you like to kind of have the same thing every time and it's going to work no matter what the formation is?
We like to be transformational. We like to have the ability to adapt into what we think we need in order to be successful, and we'll definitely do that. Versus El Paso, we press differently than how we did versus Colorado, and maybe versus Oakland we can see a different version. That's a good thing, that having a locker room with the players that we have and being here at Phoenix, it gives you that opportunity. It gives you the opportunity to be transformational, to be able to adapt and still be at your best.
With the injury to Ryan, suspension for Darnell, you're going to be a little bit thin at the back going into this one. What kind of an impact do you think that might have?
Oh, every player is important, man. Every player is important, and when somebody says hurt or even a red card, things maybe tweak, change. We just got to be ready. Next man up. This is why we have a roster of 20 plus players, and I told you on day one that everybody was going to be needed and everybody's going to be important. Not so thin. We're just going to see probably different faces and players that have been waiting for an opportunity. So this is also good for me. It's good for me because, and we've been working 6 training sessions, probably 5.5 if we take away all the recovery ones, and now it gives me the ability to see different faces and give opportunities to players to show what they want to do and what they can do, and show the importance of them, not just when they're not participating on the game, but also now that they're going to have to step on the field.
And Darnell's red card has obviously gotten a fair bit of scrutiny from some of the fans. Have you had the opportunity to sit down and talk with him about that?
Well, I'll talk to him 10 seconds after the game as soon as I walk in the locker room. I'm a very straightforward guy, and I can look at my players in the eyes and let them know how I feel. And I always have to be honest with them, and I have to tell them, what I think. We all understand that, we could have been more responsible on that one, and understanding there was 30 seconds left, but that's in the past. It's a mistake, and like I always say, we learn from those mistakes. We're all going to make mistakes, and the important thing is that these mistakes do not happen again. Not just for Darnell. There's a learning experience for the 20 plus players we have in the locker room. If you have a yellow card in the first half or in the second half, you have to be cautious. So it's a learning experience for all of them.
And how's Darnell reacted to it? What have you seen?
He's our team captain, and he's a great guy. He's a great player, and he's also very important for us on and off the field. So obviously he was disappointed. He understands, and he's aware of what happened and in the position that that he left his teammates and the team. But at the end of the day, he's the first one in there. He's working hard. He's making sure that he leads by example, and I can guarantee you that he's going to be ready to come back even hungrier and stronger than before.
Speaking of absences, of course, you won't be available for this weekend's game. Neither will one of your assistant coaches. What's it like going into a game knowing you can't be down there on the touchline?
Well, the good thing is that I have experience this year already. So I got a red card earlier, and I know what it feels like to be in a week leading to a game that you're not going to be on the sideline. It is very important that all the information gets exposed to the players, that the players are absorbing and they have the knowledge of what is it that we need to do. Obviously, then during the week we have to test, we have to make sure that everything is cleared. And then obviously at the end of the day, I have full confidence on Danny, Chappie, Corey, they're going to be there. They're going to be there. They know what to do. They're fully bought in. They understand the idea and the game model. And it's not just me, the one that trusts them. Is the players trust them as well. So it's gonna be different. Not if I had to choose, I wouldn't. Choose it this way. But it is what it is. I'll take the good things. At least I'm gonna have a better view of the game.
In regards to that, have you done anything different in training where maybe you're not leading any drills or anything to make sure that they can still get the right information and knowledge of what they need to do without you there?
Not necessarily anything different. We coach the same way. It doesn't matter who the opposition is or what is the situation or the case. Yes, I have to make sure that the information is delivered and it's cleared and that the players are understanding what we want. But out of the coaching staff, if you put all of us in different rooms in this building right now and you ask us the same question, I can guarantee you that we'll deliver the same answer. So that's how close we are, and that's how much we understand what we want to do, and I have full confidence in all of them.
Now, there are a few people who want you to watch the game from the south end on the weekend. You going to make them happy or no?
We'll see. I can guarantee you one thing. We get a result on Saturday. We get 3 points, and we're going to make them and everybody in the stadium and the ones that are supporting us from home happy. So that's the end goal, and hopefully we get the job done. The people on the south end, they know very well how I feel about them, and I've been there before. So we'll try to take care of the job and make sure everybody goes home happy.
Can you speak a little bit about Ben Lunt and just kind of what he means to this team?
Ben Lunt, listen, he's a leader. He's a guy that holds a fort for us. Now he's playing a different role than he was playing before, because now it's just not just keeping the ball out of the net. He's our first player on the ball pretty much 70-80% of the time. We want him on the ball. We want him to absorb pressure. We want him to play through lines. He's been adapting very well, and I'm very happy about the way he's doing things. But he's doing this well also because he has a guy like Lalo behind him that pushes him, that keeps him on his toes, and also that supports him. So this is what we want to do. We want to build a team. We want to build a family that allows every player that is in our locker room to be at their best. So Ben is important for us. Ben is a leader, but Ben is also being able to be successful because he has a teammate and a coaching staff behind him that is supporting him. This is what we need to get to that level in every single line and area of the team.
We're looking to tonight. There's a big game that doesn't involve you, the Open Cup final, Sacramento playing against Orlando. How big would it be for USL if Sacramento were to win that game?
It will be huge. It will be great. Actually, I think we just don't have to consider it that if they don't win tonight, it's not already big for the USL. It is big as it is now. I'm happy for Sacramento, for the players, for the city, for the coaching staff, because they're doing a great job this year, and this just sets the bar very high, but it sets the standard of the USL what it should be. And now we want to chase after all the highest standards that we can, and now we understand next year what we have to chase after.
All right. Pero ahora sí volteé para acá. Sencillo, es básicamente lo mismo de ellos. Y vamos a empezar con el juego en contra de Colorado. ¿Qué aprendió el equipo después de esta derrota?
Un partido complicado, tercer partido en una semana, tercer partido en 6 días. Tuvimos poco tiempo para ajustar detalles y preparar el partido, y sobre todo para recuperar a los jugadores también. Tercer partido en una semana en la altura también, contra un rival que hace las cosas muy bien y contra un rival que también venía golpeado porque perdió aquí 4-0. Entonces fue un partido bastante complicado, del cual no estuvimos bien. No fue un buen partido para nosotros, y pues tenemos que ahorita recuperarnos en casa. No queda de otra. Entonces entender la importancia de esta semana contra el rival que es Oakland, que es un rival directo, y poder conseguir un resultado positivo nos vuelve a poner en donde queremos estar.
Es exactamente la siguiente pregunta, que obviamente tienen un plan para jugar en contra de Oakland. ¿Qué se necesita hacer para poder ganar este juego?
Se necesita carácter, se necesita no tener miedo, se necesita ser valiente con la pelota y ser muy valiente defensivamente también. Oakland es un equipo que ha trabajado ya durante 7-8 meses de la misma manera. Es un equipo que sabe lo que quiere y entiende cómo quiere jugar, y va a venir para acá a buscar el partido. Oakland no se va a cerrar atrás. Entonces vamos a tener que poder defendernos bien, y después, cuando tengamos la pelota, ser muy valientes para hacer las cosas de la mejor manera, para poder hacerles daño, porque podemos conseguir formas de hacerles daño. Entonces estamos de locales, estamos enfrente de nuestra gente, estamos en casa y tenemos que asegurarnos de que el resultado sea positivo.
Y este juego es esta noche, ¿correcto?
¿Cuál juego?
Perdón, el de contra Oakland.
Contra Oakland jugamos el sábado.
Perdón, sí.
Sí.
Escuché de los compañeros...
No, esta noche el partido de Open Cup.
Perfecto. Sí. Escuché de los compañeros mencionar que le sacaron una tarjeta roja y no va a estar presente en el próximo partido, ¿es correcto?
Ya me habían sacado una tarjeta roja este año, anteriormente en el otro equipo que estaba, y para este partido no puedo estar porque yo era el entrenador de Oakland y me vine para acá. Entonces fue parte de los términos para venir yo para acá que no podía entrenar contra ellos.
Pero obviamente usted tiene a su asistente que, como dice, usted y su asistente están en buena comunicación y lo que el equipo necesita hacer, él ya lo sabe, ¿no?
100%, sí, 100%. Estamos todos en la misma página, entendemos cómo queremos jugar, el modelo de juego, el estilo de juego que queremos y lo que le vamos a pedir a los jugadores. Así que todos estamos en la misma página y espero que podamos conseguir un resultado positivo.